Mm-hmm. Hello, Ms. Tran.
Hello.
My name is Adita. I'm going to be your occupational therapist today. And what we're going to do is I'm going to do a series of visual screens, and this is called a map of scraps. And it's just a combination of different assessments, and this is all going to be done to test your visual functioning so we can make sure that you're safe and you're doing all of your daily tasks independently and safely. Okay? All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is test your vision in regards to mobility. So I want you to get up and walk to the kitchen if you can, okay?
Okay. Walk to the kitchen.
Yes.
Whoa. Whoa.
Okay, all right, now we're just going to go ahead and make our way back.
Whoa.
Okay, thank you. And next, I'm going to test your visual acuity. So I want you to go ahead and read this top line for me, if you can. Can you read that? Can you hear what it says?
It's kind of hard to see.
Is it blurry? Are you seeing two of each?
It's a little bit of both.
Okay.
Some parts are blurry, and then I'm experiencing a little bit of like the double vision in some parts of it.
Okay. All right. So the next thing that we're going to do is test your pupillary response to light. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and shine a really bright light in your eyes. So don't be alarmed. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Thank you. And the next thing I'm going to do is just test your overall field of vision. So I want you to cover one of your eyes for me. It doesn't matter which one. Okay, good. And then I'm going to bring my finger from your side to the center, and you're going to tell me when you see my finger, okay? Okay.
Now.
Okay.
Now.
Okay.
Now.
And then cover the other eye. Okay. And tell me when you see my finger.
Now.
Tell me when you see my finger.
Now.
Okay.
Now.
Okay. All right, good. And then the next thing I'm going to test for is what's called vision saccades, and that's just going to see how your eyes function when you, God bless you, when you are alternating between two objects, okay? So I'm going to refer to this black Sharpie and then this red pencil, okay? So when I say black, you're going to look at this, and then red, you're going to look at this, okay? So black, red, black, red, black, red, black, red, okay? And then the next thing we're going to test is your convergence. So I'm going to bring the tip of this pencil in towards your nose, and okay, all right, okay. And now I'm going to test just your overall range of motion in your eyes. So when I ask you to follow my pencil, I only want you to follow with your eyes, so no movements of the head, okay? Okay. And now I'm going to test your accommodation. And so first I'm going to ask you to focus on that blue cup right there. Do you see it? And then I'm going to ask you to alternate between your vision on that cup and this pencil. Okay? So look at the blue cup, the pencil, blue cup, pencil, blue cup, pencil, blue cup, pencil. Okay, doing good so far?
Mm-hmm.
No headaches?
I have a little bit
of a headache. Okay. And then we just have two more little tasks, and then we're going to talk about some potential modifications that you can make. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is test your pursuits, and that's just your tracking. So I want you to bring your finger up, and then you're going to touch your nose, and then you're going to touch my finger, okay? And I want you to also follow these movements with your eyes, okay? Finger, nose, finger, nose, finger. Right here. Okay. Here. Okay. Okay. And then now the final thing I'm going to have you do in order to test your spatial relations is this trail making test. So I want you to follow the pattern of number to letter. So for example, you would do 1 to A, to 2 to B, to 3 to C. So the correlating number with its letter. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to go ahead and do that to the best of your abilities for me. Okay, all right, well, thank you so much for your patience throughout this. So I did notice that there were some discrepancies among these tests, so I want to offer some recommendations and
Sounds good.
some kind of implications as a result of these deficits. So as far as your overall visual mobility, we saw that you had some difficulty with getting up and walking to the kitchen safely. You weren't able to really kind of take in your surroundings and avoid those obstacles. So what we want to do to kind of correct that is just to fully scan our surroundings. And for you, because you have some issues with that, I would recommend just moving your head when you're scanning. So don't just rely on your eyes. Move your full head. And for your acuity, this could impact just reading, possible work-related tasks, also, grooming. So we want to do all of these really important tasks under lots of light. We want to provide good contrast. We want to use any kind of corrective devices. See an eye doctor if you haven't already seen one, and just really help to enhance these little items. As far as your reaction to light, your pupillary reaction, we want to practice kind of normalizing that. So in the morning when you get up, kind of, open and close your blinds just a few times to get your eyes to better accommodate to that light. As far as that double vision and blurriness that you were experiencing, that could also really disrupt your reading, dressing, eating, definitely driving, so that's important, and being independent with that kind of stuff. So what we want to do, maybe not with driving, but in order to kind of help correct that double vision, we want to identify the eye that's causing that blurry vision, and we want to occlude that so we don't experience that kind of blurry vision.
Sounds good. I like that idea.
Yeah, and then as far as your field of vision, again, huge implications for your functional mobility, walking around, driving, your work tasks. We want to, like I mentioned, always move our head when we're scanning our environment and pay attention to detail, especially when, we have noticed, we have a tendency to have one blind side.
Yeah.
So we want to pay attention to
that
that
would be
side.
good for my safety.
Yeah, absolutely. And then your saccade. So this could, we're seeing a theme here with our reading, but also, being able to alternate your eyes to different objects or movements, in busy environments. So when we're at a movie theater, at a concert, large crowds, and, identifying where our peers are so we're not lost. So,
yeah, I think I have a hard time with that.
Yeah.
I tend to lose my friends often.
Yeah, and that's not good. So, something you could work on would be any kind of puzzle activity or anything of that sort. And then as far as your convergence, that could have implications for your vision. It could bring about headaches. So we want to practice that by completing tasks that are in our midline. So that can be, whatever your leisure preferences are. So if it's sewing, if it's, drawing, painting, anything of that nature.
Oh, I really like painting.
You do? Well,
I feel like that would be good.
Calligraphy, whatever you enjoy doing.
I love that.
As long as we're keeping it in midline. And then as far as your accommodation, so this is, where your trouble, focusing from objects that are far away and coming closer. This could affect your ability to play sports, driving. So a fun way to kind of practice working on that would be to, practice throwing a ball between you and your partner, and that can kind of help with practicing and things coming into focus a little better.
Okay.
And then our last two are tracking. So again, implications for reading, driving. I'm not sure if you're into kind of virtual reality games or
I like video games.
Yeah, we could practice doing something like that, or we're, like practicing with the Wii, like shooting at a target, or, if you're more into nature, we could go outside and we could bird watch.
I love that.
And we could, track birds, and, we could do bird identification, whatever you enjoy to do, we can do it.
I really like being outside, so that would be a nice way to incorporate being outside.
Yeah. And then lastly, with your spatial relations, as we saw with this trail making test,
that was really hard for me to do, actually.
Yeah. Yes, it's a challenge. And this could also have implications for just like daily dressing, grooming, things of that nature. And something that we can help to kind of orient ourselves better and our bodies in relation to the space around us is we could practice verbalizing where an object is. So if you're going to reach for, the cup, you could verbalize that, it is in the cupboard to the right of the microwave, just so we can help build those distinctions and relationships between objects.
I like all those ideas.
Yeah, so, I think that if we start implementing some of these recommendations, there's definitely room for improvement and making your life a little bit easier and a little bit more independent and safe. So I really hope to see you again next week, and we can start implementing these activities.
Thanks for coming to my house. I'm really sorry my puppy's being really disruptive.
It's okay. These are all normal things that I deal with in home health.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.